Have you ever wondered what might happen to Singapore's property market in 2025? Will prices finally drop, or will they keep climbing higher? Let's explore this together. Today, we're going to dive into trends, predictions, and all the buzz around the property market. Stick with me, and let's figure it out together. You're going to love this. First things first, let's talk about interest rates. Do you know how they impact your mortgage? It's fascinating. Singapore's mortgage rates often follow trends set by the US Federal Reserve. And guess what? Experts think rates might soften a bit in 2025. Imagine this. Lower mortgage rates could make home loans easier to handle, right? What would you do with the extra savings? Would you invest, save, or spend on home improvements? Share your thoughts. But interest rates aren't everything. How about the economy? It's looking pretty stable with low unemployment and rising household incomes. That's a good sign, isn't it? When people feel financially secure, they're more likely to buy homes. This confidence creates a strong demand for properties. Does that make you feel more confident about the market? Now here's a question for you. What happens when there's more demand than supply? Prices go up, right? Well, the government's been working hard to manage this balance. Did you know around 8,500 to 11,000 new condo units are expected to launch in 2025? Most of these will be in suburban and city fringe areas. If you're house hunting, would these areas interest you? What's your priority? Proximity to work, schools, or amenities? Speaking of resale HDB flats, what do you think about the $1 million resale trend? It's wild, isn't it? With newly MOP flats entering the market in 2025, places like Ang Mo Kio and Clementi might see even more of these high-value transactions. Would you pay a premium for a great location? Or would you prefer something more budget-friendly in exchange for a longer commute? The government also has some tricks up its sleeve. Have you heard about the HDB resale portal? It could limit how much sellers can ask for their flats. Imagine a market where prices are more controlled. Would that help make housing more affordable? Or do you think it might discourage sellers from listing their flats? How would this impact the way you look at buying or selling? Let's switch gears to the rental market. Have you noticed rents cooling off recently? After skyrocketing for years, they've dipped about 4% over the past year. If you're renting, does this feel like a relief? But don't get too excited. Demand from expats and families waiting for their BTO flats will likely keep things competitive. What's your rental story? Have you experienced any challenges finding the perfect place within your budget? Speaking of BTO flats, here's a thought. How long are you willing to wait for your dream home? The wait times have been a hot topic. What if new construction tech could speed things up? Would that make BTO flats more appealing? Imagine getting your keys months earlier than expected. How would that change your plans? And what do you think about the current lottery-like system for getting a BTO flat? Would you prefer a different approach? Here's something exciting. The Johor Bahru Singapore RTS. Imagine how convenient it will be. Though it's not ready yet, it's already generating buzz. Do you think properties near RTS stations will become prime real estate? Could this be the investment opportunity of a lifetime? Imagine being one of the first to snag a property in these areas. Would you rent it out, live in it, or hold it as a long-term investment? Let's talk government land sales, GLS. Do you know how they work? The GLS program is expanding by about 10% in 2025 to meet housing demand. But here's the catch. New projects take time to build. Would you wait for a new launch or go for something ready now? What's more important to you? A brand new property or a home you can move into immediately? Now let's dream a little. What's your idea of luxury living? The Core Central Region, CCR, is where premium condos shine. With 2,500 new units expected in 2025, the ultra-luxury market is staying strong. If money weren't an issue, would you invest here? Or would you rather go for something less flashy but more practical? For those of us on a budget, the Outside Central Region, OCR, offers exciting options. About 3,600 new homes are launching in suburban areas, complete with modern amenities. If you're house hunting, what's more important to you? Affordability or luxury? And how do you feel about the growing popularity of suburban living? Is it a compromise? Or do you see it as a smart move for a better lifestyle? Let's zoom out and look at the big picture. What's driving the market? Lower interest rates, stable incomes, and increased housing supply all play a role. Analysts predict a 4 to 7% price increase in 2025. Does that sound manageable or does it worry you? What are your thoughts on this steady climb? Is it a sign of a healthy market, or does it make owning a home feel out of reach? For investors, 2025 could be a gold mine. Imagine the possibilities: new launches, a strong rental market, and major infrastructure projects. What's your investment strategy? Are you eyeing rental yields or capital appreciation? Have you considered alternative investments like commercial properties or even overseas markets? What's your dream investment scenario? First-time buyers, this one's for you. What's your plan? New launch, resale flat, or BTO? Each has its perks. Would you prioritize location, price, or immediate availability? Share your thoughts in the comments. And for those who've already bought their first home, what advice would you give to others? What's the one thing you wish you knew before buying? Here's a tip. Financial planning is your best friend. How much can you really afford? With interest rates possibly dropping, it might be tempting to take a bigger loan. But remember, costs like maintenance fees, taxes, and renovations add up. What's your approach to budgeting? Do you prefer to play it safe? Or are you willing to stretch your budget for your dream home? So, what's the final verdict? The Singapore property market in 2025 looks exciting and dynamic. Opportunities abound, but smart decisions are key. Are you ready to take the plunge, or will you wait and watch? Let's hear your take. What excites you most about the market? The new launches, the infrastructure developments, or the potential for better affordability? Let's also talk about sustainability. With Singapore's focus on being a green city, how do you think eco-friendly housing will impact the market? Would you pay more for a home with sustainable features? Imagine living in a development with energy-saving technologies, rooftop gardens, and recycling initiatives. Does that appeal to you? And finally, let's not forget about the community aspect of housing. What kind of neighborhood do you dream of living in? Do you prioritize social spaces, parks, or access to schools and healthcare? How do these factors influence your decision to buy or rent a property? That's it for today. If you enjoyed this discussion, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. What are your predictions for the 2025 property market? Let's continue the conversation in the comments. See you next time. Bye-bye.